She said I was imagining things. Now I can't stop wondering if she was right, or just real damn good at lying. You ever feel like something ain't right, but you can't put your finger on it? Like the house smells like smoke, but there's no fire, no burnt toast, no candle wax drip in, just that feeling that something somewhere's gone sideways? That's where I've been lately. And it's driving me up a damn wall. My name's Mark. Been married to my wife, Angie, going on 9 years now. High school sweethearts, believe it or not. Met her at the local diner when she spilled a chocolate shake on my jeans and then blamed me for flinching. Hell of a first impression. But I liked her fire. Still do most days. She's sharp, got a wicked sense of humor, and when she wants something, she'll run through walls to get it. I always respected that about her. Our life's been solid more or less. We ain't rich, but we ain't struggling either. I work construction, she does bookkeeping for a chain of dental clinics, remote mostly, so she's home a lot. We got a little dog named Taco who's dumber than a box of nails, and a mortgage that's finally starting to behave. Everything on the outside looks normal. But lately, I don't know. It started with little stuff. Always does, don't it? Angie's schedule got weird. She used to wake up with me in the morning, pack me a sandwich, kiss me goodbye while I scraped the frost off the truck windshield. Now she sleeps in. Says she's tired. Sometimes don't get out of bed until noon. Then she'll vanish for hours, running errands. And when I ask what she got, she'll just say, "Oh, nothing important," and change the subject. I didn't think much of it at first. Figured she was just stressed or going through one of those funks. Women have moods like the weather, my mama taught me that. But then it started getting odd. Like how she's always got her phone on silent now. Not just at night, all the time. Used to be, her phone would go off every 5 minutes with group texts from her sisters or Pinterest notifications or whatever the hell else she was into. Now, quiet as a church mouse. And it's always face down. I pick it up to hand it to her, and she snatches it like I'm holding her diary. And I'll be honest, I'm not proud of this, but I started watching her more closely. Not accusing, just observing. She'll smile at texts, then delete 'em quick. She changed her lock screen a week ago. No warning, no reason. Just switched it up. Says it's for privacy. Privacy from who, exactly? One night, I asked her who she was texting all the time, and she said, "Oh, just my cousin Leah. She's going through a breakup." Thing is, I saw Leah at the hardware store the next day. Chatted with her a bit. Told her I hoped things were smoothing out after the breakup. She looked at me like I had 3 heads. Breakup? Me and Dave just got back from Mexico. We're better than ever. I nodded, smiled, pretended like I must have mixed her up with someone else. But I didn't. Later that week, I found a receipt on the passenger seat of her car. Boutique candle store on the other side of town. We don't burn candles. Angie says they give her headaches. And I know she didn't buy anything for me. I'm a simple man, all I need is Old Spice and a cold beer. When I asked her what she was doing out that way, she goes, "What do you mean?" "I found a receipt," I said. "That candle place by Ridgeview." She froze. Then said, "Oh. Right. That was for your sister's birthday. Remember? I told you." She never told me. My sister's birthday ain't for 3 months. But I nodded like a fool and let it go. I don't like starting fights unless I'm sure what I'm swinging at. I started keeping track after that. Nothing crazy. Just a little notepad in my phone. Date, time, what she said, what didn't add up. A few examples. February 14th, said she was at yoga. Came home in jeans and boots. No mat in her car. February 21st, said she was with her friend Brianna. Brianna posted a pic from a brewery, with her husband. March 2nd, came home smelling like men's cologne. Said it was from some weird Uber driver. I don't know what kind of Uber lets you ride in their lap, but sure. I still didn't have anything concrete. No lipstick on the collar. No mystery man sprinting out the back door in his boxers. Just the sense of something being off. I brought it up once, real calm, real gentle. Are you happy? She looked up from her salad, blinked a few times like I'd asked her to do long division in her head. Of course. Why? You've been different lately. Distant. She sighed. Rolled her eyes. You're just being paranoid. You work too much, that's all. Maybe if we spent more time together, you wouldn't get these dumb ideas. She said it sweet, but there was an edge to it. Like she was scolding a kid for touching the thermostat. I let it go. Again. But that night, I dreamed she left me. In the dream, she just walked out. No fight, no tears. Just grabbed her purse and said, "It was always going to end this way." I woke up in a cold sweat. She was asleep next to me, snoring lightly. But it didn't feel comforting. It felt like she was already gone. I'm not saying she's cheating. Not yet. I want to believe I'm just being crazy. But that little voice in my head ain't letting up. And lately it's started whispering things I don't like. And part of me wonders if it's time to stop asking questions and start getting answers. Unsee it. The lies are like hairline cracks in the drywall. You don't notice them until you're looking, and then suddenly the whole damn wall looks like it's about to cave in. I ain't confronted Angie yet. Not really. I've asked questions, I've danced around it. But truth is, I ain't ready to go nuclear without a target in sight. This is still a feeling. A strong, stinking feeling, sure, but just a feeling. But it's getting harder to ignore. Let me tell you what went down over the last couple weeks. Y'all ever feel like your life's starting to unravel one thread at a time, but every time you try to fix it, someone just knots the damn thing tighter? Yeah. That. First off, she started going to the gym. Which, in theory, should be a good thing, right? Nothing wrong with wanting to get in shape. Problem is, she never liked gyms. Said they smelled like sweat and desperation. Her idea of a workout used to be walking taco around the block and complaining about joggers. Now suddenly she's got matching leggings and sports bras. All color coordinated, like she's trying to be seen. Leaves the house wearing makeup, even eyeliner. To the gym. Come on. I asked if she wanted me to go with her sometime. Figured if she's catching the fitness bug, maybe we could do it together. She gave me this weird half laugh and said, "You wouldn't like it. It's mostly spin classes and core strength." Spin and core. Yep. Sounds like hell. But still. Next thing, her work trips have doubled. She says they're opening a new office 2 counties over, and she needs to train the new bookkeeper. Only problem is, I looked up the address she gave me, and it's a damn tanning salon. Nothing there but a sun-fried storefront and a flickering neon sign that says, "Glow Shack." I confronted her, kinda. Said I thought she said the place was called Dental Sink. She blinked. Didn't even flinch. "Oh. Glow Shack's next door. I got a facial on my lunch break." "Sure you did, sweetheart. Must have been a real deep cleansing. Takes 4 hours and ends with your phone on airplane mode. Then there's the clothes. She's buying new underwear. The fancy kind. Lace, satin, little bows on the sides. Not the Walmart multipack kind she used to throw in the cart. These got names. Tags like Midnight Whisper and Obsidian Kiss. I ain't making that up. You wanna know the kicker? She ain't worn any of it around me. I found one of those new bras stuffed in the back of her closet behind the winter coats. Still had the tags on it. She told me she bought it, by accident, and meant to return it. What kind of woman, accidentally, buys a $75 bra and hides it behind the parka from last Christmas? She even started going to the salon. Not just a trim, full cut dye and highlights. Said she wanted to feel refreshed. But she got it done on a Tuesday morning, right after telling me we needed to cut back spending. Even Taco's confused. He's been real skittish lately. Doesn't like Angie's new perfume. Hell, I don't either. She used to wear this soft vanilla stuff. Now it's some aggressive floral crap that smells like she's trying to seduce a cologne ad. I know what you're thinking. This all sounds suspicious as hell. And you'd be right. But still, no proof. No smoking gun. No texts, no photos, no dude jumping out the window with his pants around his ankles. Just inconsistencies. Just vibes. Now I'll tell you the part that really made my stomach twist. Last Friday night she said she was heading out to dinner with Samantha. I said cool, have fun, kiss on the cheek, all that. Couple hours go by, and I realize she left her laptop on the kitchen table. It pinged. Just once. I wasn't snooping, not yet. But I glanced at the screen and saw a calendar alert that said, "Dinner at 7, Benny's. Don't forget to wear that dress." I ain't never met a Samantha who wants my wife to wear a dress to a greasy steakhouse like Benny's. And besides, Angie hates that place. Calls it a heart attack in a paper basket. So I did what any man starting to lose his grip does. I drove out there. Didn't go in. Just parked across the street. Waited. Watched. She never showed. I waited an hour. Nothing. I texted her. She said she was laughing too hard with the girls to hear her phone. Sure. When she came home that night, her hair looked tousled, not windblown. Her lipstick was half gone. She smelled like cologne. Not mine. I asked how Samantha was doing. "Oh, she's a riot," Angie said. "She told me the craziest story about her cousin's wedding." And then she launched into this tale that felt like she was reading it off a napkin. Too many details. Too many names. Like someone trying to convince themselves it was real. I nodded. Smiled. Said I was tired. Went to bed early. And lay there wide awake, staring at the ceiling fan while she snored next to me. I've been thinking a lot since then. Thinking about cameras. About ways to find the truth without her seeing it coming. I ain't quite made my move yet. Still setting the stage. Because I know, something's coming. Something big. She thinks she's careful. She thinks I'm clueless. But if she's got secrets, I'm about to shine a damn spotlight. And that spotlight? It finally turned on last Friday. That's when everything hit. I told Angie I picked up an overnight job with the crew, said we were working a late pour out on Highway 6. Shouldn't be back till tomorrow morning, I told her. She barely looked up from her phone, just gave me a little, "Okay, baby. Be safe." Safe? Sure. I kissed her goodbye, grabbed a bag I'd packed with snacks and tools to keep up the act, and drove off like I meant it. But instead of hitting the highway, I circled back and parked a few blocks away behind an abandoned video rental place. Place still had a faded "Be Kind Rewind" sticker on the glass. Felt weirdly appropriate. I'd installed the camera 2 days before. One of those tiny hidden jobbies, looked just like a phone charger. Plugged it into the outlet behind the dresser in our bedroom. She hadn't noticed a thing. I tested the angle, right on the bed. Clear as day. I connected to the feed on my phone and waited. Didn't take long. At 6:42 p.m., she started cleaning the house. Not like normal cleaning either. This was fast, high energy, music playing, hair up in a bun, candles lit. She even changed the sheets. I watched her fluff pillows like we had the damn Queen of England coming over. At 7:18, she checked her phone, smiled to herself, and reapplied her lipstick. At 7:30 sharp, the doorbell rang. And in walked this tall son of a bitch with a smug haircut and a V-neck shirt. Looked like the kind of guy who orders sparkling water unironically and uses words like "Aura." She kissed him at the door. Not a peck either, a full body, hands in his hair, haven't seen you in years type of kiss. I had to set my phone down for a second. My hand was shaking. Took a breath. Picked it back up. Hit record. They didn't waste time. Couple minutes of fake small talk in the kitchen, then she dragged him to the bedroom like they were late for a flight. I sat there and watched my wife, the same woman who once cried during a Hallmark commercial, climb into our bed with another man like it was the most natural thing in the world. And she looked happy. Not guilty. Not awkward. Happy. Like this was what she wanted. What she'd been wanting for a while. I watched the whole thing. Not out of some sick need to punish myself, but because I had to. I needed the truth. Not guesses, not gut feelings, truth. And this? It was right there in high definition. After they were done, he got dressed, she walked him to the door, kissed him again, and said, "Text me when you get home, okay?" Like I wasn't even real. Like I was just some bump in her routine. I didn't go home that night. Slept in the back of my truck at a gas station out by the lake. Lay there staring at the roof, thinking about every moment I'd ever doubted myself. Every time she made me feel crazy. Every time I let her talk me out of what I knew deep down. Well, no more doubt. No more feeling crazy. That next morning, I showered at the truck stop, shaved, got myself cleaned up. You know what? I even felt good. Because now I had the power. Not her. Not the neck McHomewrecker. Me. Over the next few days, I got to work. First, I made copies of the footage. 3 total. 1 went to a flash drive I kept on my keychain. 1 went to my lawyer. The last one got stashed in my toolbox under a tray of screwdrivers. Figured if she ever tried to trash anything, she'd never go looking under a pile of rusted tools. I also pulled our bank records. Found charges that didn't make sense. Hotel bars, Ubers I never took, 2 charges to a lingerie place out of town. Pulled our phone logs, too. She'd been talking to a number I didn't recognize almost every damn day. Guess who it belonged to? That same smug bastard from the video. Name's Derek. Real estate agent. Drives a Tesla. He ain't married, but he sure as hell knew she was. I debated confronting her straight up. Smacking the truth down on the table and watching her squirm. But then I thought, nah. That'd be too easy. Too clean. So I made a plan. Told her I wanted to throw a just because dinner. Said I'd invite her parents, her sister, a couple close friends, maybe even her boss. Said it was just a thank you. You've been so supportive lately, I told her. And I just want everyone to see how lucky I am. She lit up like a Christmas tree. Said that was so sweet. Asked what she should wear. Wear that red dress I like, I said. You know the one. She'd worn it the first time I saw her flirting with someone else, thinking I wouldn't notice. The symbolism was damn near poetic. I told her I'd handle the food, the drinks, everything. She just had to show up. Sunday rolled around. Everyone filed in, her folks, her sister, our friends from the next cul-de-sac, even her boss, a no-nonsense lady named Lorraine who looked like she could read your entire life story just by glancing at your shoes. Dinner went fine. Roast chicken. Mashed potatoes. She played the perfect host, Logan, passing plates, pouring wine like Martha Damn Stewart. I even helped with dishes, let her lean into the act. After dessert I stood up. Clinked my glass with a spoon. Whole room quieted down. I said, "Thanks, everybody, for being here. I really mean it. Angie and I've had some ups and downs lately, y'all know that, but I wanted to do something special to show her how much I appreciate her." She smiled at me like I just handed her a box of puppies. That smile died fast when I pulled the flash drive out of my pocket and held it up. And I figured, what better way to show appreciation than to celebrate honesty? I plugged the drive into the TV. Took a breath. Hit play. It started with her opening the door for Derek. Then the kiss. Then the bed. Gasps. Silence. Her mother covered her mouth. Her sister stared, jaw dropped. Lorraine just folded her arms and said, "Well, that's one hell of a team-building exercise." Angie jumped up, started yelling, tried to turn it off. I stopped her. "Nope," I said. "You sit down. You're the guest of honor." She turned to me, shrieking that I'd violated her privacy, that I was abusing her. Said I was manipulative, controlling. and how I should be ashamed. I just said, "You should have been ashamed when you brought him into my house." Then I pulled out the manila envelope with the divorce papers. Slammed it on the table. "I'm done. You can keep the house. I've already moved most my stuff. But I'm talking Taco. He's got better judgment than I did." The room was dead silent. I looked at her dad. He couldn't even meet my eyes. Her sister nodded at me, like she'd suspected something but didn't have the proof. Angie stood there frozen. For the first time, she had nothing to say. I left before anyone else did. Got in my truck, Taco in the passenger seat, tail wagging. And I swear on my granddaddy's grave, I've never felt so damn free.